Hello and welcome on 360 Sport. I am Adeni Ajishafe. It's time to take you around the world of sport as we look at events unfolding here. Well, on 360 Show, we'll be having usual suspects, let me call it. Good to have you, Ibrahim Yusuf.
Yes, it's always nice to be here, Adeni.
Okay, now looking at the first story we'll be looking at today is the fact that AFCON, well, we know that Egypt right now they've qualified for the final, but we have to look at another one, World Cup qualifier, the playoff between Nigeria and Ghana, where CAF, they've approved Mko Abiola Stadium in Abuja as the host of the second leg. The first leg will take place in Accra, Ghana, while the second leg will be coming up in Nigeria. All this will happen in March 2022. But as it is, CAF, they've approved Mko Abiola Stadium in Abuja for the second leg of the match between Nigeria Super Eagles and Black Stars of Ghana.
Well, it's actually a very good thing for Nigeria sports. I mean, like the Mko Abiola Stadium just got recently renovated. So it's an opportunity for us to show the rest of the world what we actually have. You understand, showcase the stadium, and of course we believe that that might bring the Eagles some luck, the much needed luck that they need against the Black Stars.
And if you look at the preparation now, I think Super Eagles players are really, from their talk so far, they want to make sure we go to the World Cup. They don't want to lose against Ghana.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, like, not going to the World Cup is bad enough, but losing to Ghana is worse. You understand? So if we don't go to the World Cup and it's because of Ghana, then it's like double jeopardy for Nigerians. You know, the rivalry between Nigeria and Ghana is well documented, and so them stopping us from going to the World Cup will be a serious disaster. So the Eagles definitely need to, and they also need to make amends because they owe a lot of us for the showing at the AFCON, you know, so at least we can use that to placate ourselves if they make it to the World Cup eventually.
And if you look at Ghana, Nigeria, first leg, you know, we talked about it yesterday where they were saying maybe they should change the venue. So now that's CAF saying, no, we are not changing the venue. It's going to be at the same Accra Stadium, not to the other one. Okay, Nigeria will have to up their game because we'll be facing a lot of hurdle here. Ghana hosting us first, and they want to take advantage of that because they are the host for the first leg. They want to make sure they win that game.
Yes, definitely. So what we need to do, what the Eagles need to do, is actually to go there and get a result. You understand? Get something that we can bring home and hold on to, or something that we can build on. You understand?
If you cannot draw, win.
Exactly.
Simple.
At least, with the worst case scenario, draw. You understand? But if we go there and we get...
No, don't say it, please. Don't.
Okay, all right.
Don't say it.
All right, so I won't say it. So if we go there and we don't play the way we're supposed to and don't get the result that we need, then we're going to leave ourselves with a lot of work when we do come to the second leg, because that means we'll be under pressure, playing at home. You know how Nigerian crowds can actually be. They can get on the back of the Eagles, and that can upstage their balance a little bit. So I really believe they need to go there, get a result so that we can come back here and finish the business.
Nigerian Super Eagles will file out against Black Stars of Ghana in 2 matches. That is playoff for the World Cup 2022 taking place in Qatar. But as it says, the first leg will be playing in Ghana, in Accra Stadium, and the second leg will be coming to Abuja at the Mko Abiola Stadium. The stadium has been approved by CAF. That will be the venue for the match. Nigeria we just have to do well against Ghana to qualify for this competition. It's the World Cup and it's really bustling. And also not forgetting our women, they will also be fighting out against Lady Elephants of Cote d'Ivoire. That's Super Falcons. That will be February 18th to 23rd this month. And for tomorrow, that's on Saturday, our lady, the under 20 Falconet, will be playing against Cameroon Junior Lionesses over here. The second leg will be coming up. The first leg ended goalless, and the second leg will be coming up here in Nigeria, precisely in Lagos at Mobolaji Johnson Sports Arena in Lagos. Hopefully, Coach Chris Danjuma and the entire squad will do well to get a win so that we can go to Costa Rica. We want to see our young ladies playing at the Under-20 World Cup. We also want to see Super Falcons qualifying for the World Cup. And also not forgetting Nigeria and Super Eagles getting us to play in Qatar. Enough of that, we move straight to talk about Spanish, the Copa del Rey that happened yesterday over there in Spain, where Real Sociedad, they lost against Real Betis by 0-4. 4-0 it ended in favor of Real Betis, while Real Madrid, they were bombed out by Atletico Bilbao. Well, this is where I will get Ibrahim, because yesterday when you were talking, no, Real Madrid will win, you were mentioning Benzema, now you've seen it.
Exactly, that was why I said on paper. When you look at these matches,
Where's your
definitely
paper?
that was, I said on paper, when you look at it, player for player, Real Madrid actually were the favourites for this. But I did mention it at the tail end of whatever it is I was saying, that Athletic Bilbao are playing at home, and they have pride to play for. And definitely there are no pushovers, you know. And whenever you're playing at home, there's this added advantage that you want to do well in front of your fans and get the win. And they were able to do that. Athletic Bilbao, there are no pushovers in the La Liga. Sometimes results just don't go their way the way they're supposed to, you know. And you know, it's mostly because of their recruitment policy. Some people actually bash that recruitment policy because they only sign Basque players, you know, from the Basque region of Spain. So it restricts the kind of players that they can bring in. But it was a very good result for them.
Now we're still talking about those matches for Real Betis against Sociedad. A good one for Real Betis, 4-0
away.
Yes. And then you have Atletico Bilbao bundled out Barcelona in this competition, the Copa del Rey. Now they've bundled out Real Madrid, the two giants in Spanish football. It's as if Atletico Bilbao, they've gotten one particular secret to dump the giants.
Yeah, and you know, they had a very good cup run. I think I think 2 seasons ago they had made it all the way to the final. So they have a knack for doing well in the Copa del Rey. Hopefully this time, since they've bundled out all the usual suspects, they might go all the way.
Now that reminds me, I forgot, because you almost escaped this, talking about AFCON. Maybe I should pen it.
Pen it?
You're
say it.
Scared already.
Don't say it.
Okay, just maybe that aside. We're still in Europe. Let's talk about we are still talking about Spanish Copa del Rey. We are shocking result there for Real Madrid. They lost against Atletico Bilbao. A 1-0 loss there. Atletico Bilbao did well. They defeated Barcelona, and now they've done it against Real Madrid. They just have to make statement. Now the big boys are dropping, and teams like Atletico Bilbao, Real Betis are also trying to see if they can scoop the Copa del Rey this season as it's going, looking at the result there. Now we move away from Spain. Let's go to where they speak English. Let's talk about the English FA Cup fixture that will be coming up today between Manchester United and Middlesbrough, 4th round. That's a 4th round fixture between Man United and Middlesbrough.
Middlesbrough used to be a Premier League team, and they were fantastic during that particular period, and they had a very good run in the Europa League back then.
I think Ayegbeni made Middlesbrough to be so popular in
Nigeria. Exactly, back then when Yak was there, and that was when they had that very good run in the UEFA Cup, as it was back then. So, but now things are not what they seem, and of course looking at them on paper, on the balance of things. But the beauty of the FA Cup, or the beauty of the club competitions, is it gives these so-called smaller teams the opportunity to face these big boys, and surprises can actually happen. So Middlesbrough can actually get a result if things go their way.
Well, at Old Trafford, they need to do more, because
exactly.
As it is, we know how it's been with Manchester United. Looking at what has happened since Ragnick moving, they have not been having it easy the way they thought it's going to be. But, well, I expect them to be able to do something, although they are both MM anyway. Let's see what will happen between the MM, the two teams.
Yes.
Who will carry the day between Manchester United versus Middlesbrough. Remember, Middlesbrough did so well during the likes of Yakubu Ayegbeni playing for that team. It's being included in that team made Middlesbrough so popular in Nigeria. It seems when Nigerians play, immediately they leave such club, you won't hear, it's as if attention no longer.
Exactly. You know, Nigerians, we like to follow our own. Wherever our own goes, that's where we go as well. You know, apart from the usual suspect, the big teams, all these smaller teams, when one of ours is there, the focus shifts there. And when he leaves, then you won't actually hear much about them, because we haven't heard much about Middlesbrough
and they have a couple with the fact that they relegated from
they got relegated. They went back to
League.
the Championship, and even in the Championship, they're not finding it easy. You understand? So I think since Steve McLaren left, it has not been the same for Middlesbrough. It hasn't really been the same.
Okay, well, talking about so the matches, the FA Cup fixture between Manchester United and Middlesbrough is going to be the battle of the M's at the Old Trafford. Who will carry the day between the two? Well, Man United fans are really trying to make some statements. Some are actually looking at underrating Middlesbrough, but they just have to up their game. If they are to scale through, don't underrate Middlesbrough. They can bring you down. After all, Giants do fall. Now we move straight away from the FA Cup as we talk about some matches that will be coming up also today in Europe. Some league fixtures quickly. Getafe in Spanish La Liga is going to be between Getafe and Levante. That will be in the city of Madrid between Getafe and Levante. Who will carry the day there? Looking at this game.
Well, both teams seems to be on the same level. You understand? They seem to be they have the same caliber of players and whatnot. So it's going to be a tight game. But maybe Getafe being at home might have more impetus to actually carry the day. But I think it's going to be something very tight, probably decided by a goal.
Like we were saying earlier, Ikechukwu Uche made Getafe so popular in Nigeria too because of the fact that when he was playing for them, he said that he scored against Real Madrid because they are city rivals, or they want to play Barcelona, and attention will be on Getafe. Now they will be playing against Levante today in the city of Madrid. What will happen between the two teams? We are looking at that, reviewing that after that match rather. Now we look at German Bundesliga. Hertha Berlin will be at the city of Berlin against VfL Bochum, 1848. What a 1848. That team is old.
It is quite old, actually. It is a very old team. It has a long tradition, well, things haven't gone their way in terms of silverware and, of course, producing the kind of players that they want to produce. But it's a very historic team, and of course, they would want to do well whenever they play. You know, but Hertha Berlin is also a very strong side. They have one or two quality players that can actually make the difference, and they're doing a little. They have a patchy season. You know, they do well this week, next week. It's been up and down.
They've always played like that because I can still recall. Hertha Berlin has never been a team that you can say, okay, they're one of the top.
They're going to make a run for it.
No,
exactly.
They're either mid-table or down.
Exactly, or fighting relegation.
Exactly.
They've always been like that. Hertha Berlin they've always been in the Bundesliga. They've been in the Bundesliga for a very long time.
Yes.
You understand?
I recalled one of the Okoronkwas played for them. Isaac Okoronkwa.
Yes. You understand?
No, Solomon
Okoronkwa. So they've been there for a very long time. You know, for countless seasons they've been in the Bundesliga. But they're neither here nor there. They're not making a title challenge. They're not challenging for Europe.
Mid-table
Top 10.
Seriously, Hertha Berlin. One of those things when you look at them. Although VfL Bochum also they came to the Bundesliga now, back to the top mainframe of German football, and they will be trying to see how they can. If you look at the two teams, we want to say, okay, can you rate Hertha Berlin to be a bigger team than VfL Bochum?
Well, it depends on what you describe by bigger. You understand? If it is longevity in the Bundesliga, I mean, like Hertha Berlin gets it. If you're talking about history, then definitely it's going to be Bochum, because Bochum has had a very long history as well. So it depends on what you're looking at. But in terms of the quality of the caliber of players they're actually at par with each other, and it could be for anyone. So anyone can actually win that match. All right.
Good one. Now, still looking at those fixtures, we go to France now. Olympique Marseille versus Angers. Looking at the matches coming up over there in Europe. Although Getafe, Levante in Spain, Hertha Berlin, VfL Bochum in Germany, and Marseille versus Angers. Although they are all coming from French league, that's why you have the title of French league one at the top there. Marseille versus Angers. Marseille lost their last game against Lyon, and now they want to at least see how they can change the story of the game.
Marseille is not having a very good season. That is just the bottom line. Marseille is not having a very good season. They started the season with Villas-Boas. Things were really not going according to plan. They got bundled out of the Champions League, and it's really not a very good season for Marseille. So I think if they want to start a resurgence or to get something out of this particular season, then now should be the time. And it's against matches like this, against teams like Angers, that they can be able to say, okay, fine, we have a chance to make something of ourselves. Maybe get the win, have a little bit of confidence back in them, get the fans back on their side, and then maybe they can be able to make a march for it. Because Marseille it's a massive club in France. It's a very, very massive club. They've been in the Champions League.
I think I can rate Marseille like in England, which team? Let me not mention your club. No, it's not Tottenham Hotspur. Maybe Marseille is like...
It's like what? It's definitely not like Arsenal, because Marseille have won the Champions League. Arsenal haven't. So...
Like Arsenal.
So they can't be like...
Okay, just having some fun there. Let's quickly talk about the big one that will be happening today over there in the city of Beijing, China. Beijing, China will be the host, and now they are really ready to host the Winter Olympic, as it will be starting today in China. Beijing bringing about 3,000 athletes together from 91 nations across the globe for the Winter Olympics. Nigerian contingent, as we speak, also they are there. We have some Nigerian sportsmen that will be competing at this Winter Olympics. We have some para sportsmen and women that will also be there to showcase their talent at the Winter Olympics as it begins today in Beijing, 2022.
Yeah, well, winter sports have never been our strong suit as Nigerians because, as the name implies, it is winter. We don't have winter in Nigeria. All we have is Hamatan. You understand? I think if it was Hamatan Olympics, we would have maybe done something.
Well, we can still try and borrow little from Hamatan to push it.
You understand? So it has never been our strong suit. And, well, it's actually nice to see from the past few editions to coming into this one now. We have Nigerian contingents. We participating in one or two sports like that, and of course we are trying to put ourselves on the map when it comes to winter sports, which is actually nice. We probably won't see us in figure skating and all the rest of those things, but at least in the bobsleigh we are doing very well, and we can do a lot more. Maybe in some things like curling we can actually look at it as well. So
I recall the last Olympics where we had Nigerians led by Shemu Adigun for bobsled and skeleton. That sport, that was the first time an African nation will go to compete in such a sport. We competed in bobsleigh and skeleton. Despite that, that first time, it has opened the eyes of Nigerians to say, okay, even though we don't have snow here, we can also participate. The main thing is funding, because they need to go to where there is snow to compete.
Exactly, because when you look at that team, the main constitution of that team, I think if not all the constitution of that team, they were based abroad and they trained there.
They had to open a GoFundMe account to get some funds before they were supported.
So that's the thing. So it's going to be very difficult because do we even have associations for these things? I don't think we do have. So it's difficult for them to actually get the facilities to train on the regular for these things, because maybe they'll say, okay, fine, the Winter Olympics is starting, then they will probably start camping in about a month, depending on the funds that they have, and that's not enough time for them to get ready. But sports is an all year round thing. If you're not training, you're competing. If you're not competing, you're training. You understand? So that's how it's supposed to be. But unfortunately, we don't have the facilities here, and they have to go elsewhere to do it. That requires funds, and they need support to actually do that. So if we're really serious about winter sports, then we need to make the investment. The investment has to be there, the commitment, then the investment has to be there for us to be able to have teams to compete in these winter sports.
We've been looking at the winter sports that will be starting today in Beijing, China, where 91 nations, will be competing in that competition. As they will be competing for honors, we also let you know that 3,000 athletes, yes, 3,000 athletes will be there to divide for honors in different sports at the Winter Olympics. Good one, which also that Nigeria will be able to get at least gold in the competition they will be showcasing. I can hear your home there. I don't know why you're underrating Nigeria.
I'm not underrating Nigeria. I'm hopeful that we can actually get something, even if it's a bronze medal. I think I will celebrate. I will celebrate it like a gold medal.
I understand you're from Egypt. That's why. Yeah.
I'm actually from Cameroon, and we got dumped out yesterday.
Okay, now we'll be looking at Winter Olympics starting today. Now we look at another innovation. We took it in our earlier edition of 360 Sport, but we have to look at it again. We have a floating basketball court in Africa. For the first time, it happened in Nigeria, over there in Lagos at the Lekki Ikoyi Link Bridge, where the basketballers were on the water. You have floating basketball courts, 2 appearing there. Courtesy for the organizers, they're bringing it up for Nigerians to experience how to play basketball. The infuse of art, culture, music, entertainment, everything coming together to form a what's called sportainment there. But the good thing is that it has happened, and a lot of Nigerians begin to see that yes, we can actually do this. We can have a flying handball court, we can have a flying volleyball court, we can even have a flying athletics
track or football pitch. I mean, like, at least you can play five-a-side. Yeah, you can play five-a-side.
The ball should enter the water.
Even in basketball, the ball can enter the water.
But this one is still smaller compared to the pitch.
You can have a five-a-side pitch, and it can be floating. At least
someone can just get angry that you are beating him, and the next thing you hit the ball out.
They will get another ball and will continue.
Now, coming back to talk about AFCON, we have been waiting for you. You have to talk about this. Egypt, Cameroon. Now the Egyptians, they are smiling because they've qualified for the final.
Yes, and we did preview that match before it happened, and we predicted a tight game, and it was tight. It was tight until the very end. I mean, like, there were no goals, chances were few and far between because of the contrasting styles of the two teams. You understand? We did say the Egyptians were crafty, Cameroonians were big, burly, and strong, and they relied on that. And the game went this way and that up until the very end. So it was a very tight game, and the Egyptians got the luck of the draw, I think, because since it was penalty shootout, the lottery of the penalties actually favored them, and they got there. So we're looking at Egypt-Senegal final right now. So we hope, as neutrals now, that we can be able to get a very good spectacle.
Mane, Salah, same club, two different players playing for different countries. Senegal, this is the first time Senegal will be hoping to win it. They have never won AFCON.
Yes.
And Egypt, they are looking for the 8th cup. Between these two countries, one is from West Africa, and one from North Africa, and it's a battle of the West versus the North.
Exactly. So that's what we're looking at right now, and still the style's actually different. You know, though Senegal are actually slightly quicker. You know, they're slightly faster than Cameroon were. So I think they'll be a different proposition. No, sorry, Cameroon. I'm comparing Senegal and Cameroon now. You understand? Egypt facing the two teams. So it's going to be a different ball game for Egypt. They can't use the same tactics they use for Cameroon against Senegal. You understand? Because they are lighter and they are quicker, though they are actually very strong and physical as well. But those particular tactics might not work. So you might see a shift in tactics. And even going by the fact that now Egypt will be going to that final. The manager will not be on the bench. The assistant manager will not be on the bench. So who knows who's going to make the tactical changes? Maybe Salah is going to be coach there.
Of course, that's why at times when issues like this happen, you have captains additional instructions.
Exactly.
And we just have to also look at the third place briefly for between Burkina Faso versus Cameroon. I think the Cameroonians we just want to get consolidated with that particular cup of top place. Or the Burkina Faso, the Burkina.
You understand? I would like it. I would like the Burkinabe to actually get this, because they played a very good tournament. They had a very good tournament up to the very end. Even with Senegal, they actually pushed Senegal to the limit. So I would want them to get that. But it will be a crying shame for Cameroon to come out of this tournament empty-handed. I mean, like hosting it
after hosting for a while.
Exactly. We saw how despondent Samuel Eto'o was in the stands yesterday. It was not a very good sight to see. So. For them as hosts, maybe they might want to get a little bit of consolation. I know the fans will not really want something like that, but they would like to see a good showing as well.
Okay, now looking at those sporting stories that we just brought to you there, Beijing Olympic, rather Winter Olympics starting in Beijing, China today, and to also let you know that Falconers will be filing out to play this weekend against the Junior Lionesses of Cameroon. The first leg ended goalless, and the second leg will be coming up at the Mobolaji Johnson Arena in Lagos. Well, those are the fixtures that will be coming up this weekend, as we just picked earlier today. Matches will be coming up in France, in Germany, and also in Spain. Those are the matches that will be coming up. Also, FA Cup between Man United versus Middlesbrough will be happening live over there at the Old Trafford. Good to have you, Ibrahim, on the show.
It's always nice to be here, Denny. Thanks for having me.
Good to have you once again. You stay there watching 360 Sport on Trust TV. I am Adeni Ajishafe. Thanks for watching.